Hi everyone, I'm Morten, Senior Support Consultant with the Customer Experience team here at ClickLearn. Welcome to our latest release notes for ClickLearn Attain, version 12.1.60.0. As always, we've been listening to your feedback and working to make your ClickLearn experience smoother. So here's what's improved in the new release. For recording editor updates, when you are editing an instruction step, and your text and formatting, they will now come back even when you switch between image only and text and image. So we had an issue where if you had bunch of edits and then you change the image only and then change back again, you will then lose your changes. That's been fixed. Also, when you adjust the crop or hotspot, now it shows those changes right away in the preview. So it makes the editing much clearer and easier. Before you had to close the preview window and then it will then render in the editor. So it's much faster now. You don't have to like hop back and forth all the time. Then we fixed an issue where some images in notes just didn't show up in the video, even though they're supposed to be, and you could see them in the editor. So now everything is appearing as it should. For theme improvements, the full name field is now required when we invite someone to the project. So this just keeps your project more, your team list more clear and organized. Before, the name field when you invited someone was not mandatory. So you could just, only put in the email, and then you kind of have to remember, okay, who's this person with those 3 initials that was invited to this project 3 years ago, right? So now you have a better overview. For settings, we fixed an issue where the IFS scope sometimes skipped important standard recordings. But now all your recordings will now be imported as expected. For published content, previously entering the wrong credentials could result in an access denied message. So we've improved on this a little bit, so now you'll see a more clear message if your credentials are incorrect. So basically we'll tell you that your credentials are wrong, rather than just tell you access denied, because it makes you think that you don't have access in the first place, which is not really the case, right? And here's the big announcement coming to UXP enhancements. You can now both create and experience UXP in multiple languages, making it easier for teams around the world to use ClickLearn in their preferred language. We're also working on making support for right to left languages, so that should be coming soon. I'd like to just show you real quick how the UXP now works in multiple languages. So firstly, how do you enable this? You can go into your UXP projects and you can go up to languages and you can just add whatever language you want, right? I've added German here. And what you then do is you come into the user experience configuration, click on the tab configuration. Now you click on the drop down here for English US. You probably designed your tabs here with some chats and some different tabs and stuff like that. But when you pop down to the German one over here, it's gonna ask you, hey, do you want to create a new language profile? I'll just say copy from the existing one, because then I can go and edit the German version specifically. Currently, we do not have support for localizing all this. That's coming in a future update. So you can then use the localization to just localize everything you did in English. So let's say you had like a bunch of chat questions you predefined and a bunch of tabs and group names and all this kind of stuff. You can then use our awesome localization tool to fix all that. That's coming, okay? So then you just publish it in both languages. I've already done that. So let's pop in and see how it works. Here you see I have the English one. There's a bunch of English instructions here, work instructions to help me under accounts. But if I go and switch the language to German, let's go ahead and do that. I'll click over here on languages and I'll switch it to German. Click on OK. And then you can see after refreshing the page that now we have the German version, right? So we have Firmen, Kontakte, and so forth. Now, when I then click on UXP, and you can now see that the UXP pops up here, and now it's in German. Click on the instruction. You can also see that there's a fully localized German instruction. So yeah. We have also made a fallback option. So currently, if let's say I switch to French, and I don't have specifically a French portal published for my UXP project, then it will just fall back to English. That's what's going to happen at the moment. So English US would always be the default for now. We're working to improve this so that all the base languages in ClickLearn is the one that's going to be used as fallback, so that English will fall back to English US, German will fall back to German from Germany, and French from France, and so forth, right? So let's say you're using Mexico Spanish, but there wasn't specifically a Mexico Spanish portal, it will fall back to Spanish from Spain if one such portal was present, and if not, it will fall back to the primary language of the project. That's what we're working on next. So it's going to take a little bit of tinkering because there's a lot of variables there, right? But for now, technically, UXP is available in all languages, even if you haven't published it. Okay, so yeah. But yeah, with that being said, I just want to say thank you for your continued feedback and support. And if you have any questions, more feedback, or need assistance, please reach out to us. We're always happy to help you. See you in the next update. Thank you.